girl who bought a house that we can't afford, and I need to make this my full-time job so that we can pay our mortgage. And unfortunately, we got a clear to close, so now I have nothing to do except stare at photos all day, plan renovations that I can't afford, and wait for Thursday. I think I've moved in mentally at least 14 times already. I don't even know what to renovate first, so let me know. Okay, bye. I'm the girl who...
How do you buy a house you can't afford? I need Americans to break it down for me because in my country, yeah, if you've been able to buy a house, which is not the norm, people mostly build houses. You buy what you buy is empty land, then you build the kind of house you want. You build a house you can afford to build on it. Some people take years before they complete their house. So I want to know when you say when you cannot afford the house, do you mean like the wages, the mortgage you'll be paying for it, you can't afford to pay the mortgage, but you still went ahead to buy it? I would say that's not a good financial decision, yeah. Going by that, why would a bank give you a mortgage you can't afford? That's the thing. So, well, maybe they have good credit score. Maybe they have good credit score. If you can't afford it, then how did you get approved to buy it? She now responded, let's say our savings account made the sacrifice. Oh, okay. So maybe they had down payment, good down payment. You do know that there's other full-time jobs besides TikTok, right? Paul me, I'm financially responsible, so I need you all to make me famous on TikTok in just 4 days so I don't have to learn from my mistakes. We are going to see more of this video, so let's dive right in. So sit back and get ready to be angry.
So we bought a house that we could not afford. And I don't mean like tight budget afford. I mean, we had no idea what it actually cost every month. $700,000 in Los Angeles County. We were 27. We saved a down payment. We signed everything. We thought that was the hard part. It was not the hard part. I'm Matty. I'm a teacher, and my husband is literally an accountant, and we're still figuring out how to pay off this house. This is that story, and I'm telling everything.
Not everything.
Everything. So we bought a house that we
The husband said, don't tell everything because he's scared. If people hear the everything, they won't be happy. Mom, did you say an accountant? So, yeah, it's true. Yep, that didn't even click in my brain. How can an accountant not know how much you. What kind of an accountant are you, is your husband? That's true. I wanted to say, why didn't you research, know what what gives before you truly commit? An accountant. Is he not the one that's supposed to give people a financial advice? Yeah, to an extent. Ah, you mean you didn't get a mortgage estimate? I'm not American, so I don't know what gives, what people are supposed to do before taking out the mortgage. So that means they did not get estimates. That's true. Even though I'm not an American, I will still do my research and know, okay, how much will I be required to pay monthly with all the maintenance, the bill, everything? How much will it cost me? Being a homeowner in America is not joke. It's not something everybody or anybody can just do because you have the money for down payments. What do you mean? They literally break down the cost before you sign the paper. Ehen. Or maybe they were not expecting it to be that much. Someone said a rental payment is the most you will pay, and a mortgage payment is the least. This makes sense. Somebody said, I'm a teacher, problem discovered. Do you think she's just bluffing? Let me know in the comment section because how will you be a teacher and an accountant? Teachers are good at researching an accountant coupled with an accountant. The two of you should make good pair, not people that will be making ridiculous financial decisions. Maybe they're rich baiting us.
Hello, I want to set the record straight for the situation that I am living in. So I bought a house that I couldn't afford about 3 years ago, and let me give you a little bit more details than that, like the full story. So I put my house on the market in May of 2022, and in order to put my house on the market, we had to get out of the house because I have 3 children. There are 5 of us that are living in a house, and it was just impossible to keep clean and to be able to show the house while we were living there. So we went on a remote camping trip, something cheap, got out of the house, and we were away from any sort of cell signal. While we were gone, we sold the house, yay! But also, the interest rates doubled essentially. We had like a 2.5% interest rate, and interest rates went to 5.5, 6 when we got back and rejoined society. So we had a very, 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 very small area.
First of all, I love how Americans live. Guys, I envy how you guys live. Somebody can just wake up and decide, oh, let's go camping, let's take a trip. Even though I know that some of you they go on it on this trip on alone, but like the mindset, I love that mindset. Look at me. I say I love to travel. I genuinely love to travel. I'm happiest when when I'm on the road, when I'm in a car on a long distance. I enjoy it. Most times I don't even want the car to stop. It's one dream of mine to just be in a very nice, comfortable car, nice smelling car, somebody driving me with lots of snacks, and I'll sit at the back, just keep driving me. Drive, drive, drive. It's something I will do very soon. I want to do it. So, like I'm saying, I love that, but I don't have that means, and again, couple with the mindset that we have, we really don't know how to just up and travel. Even when the money is there, we want to invest, want to do something, and like traveling is not is luxury for us. But I love how America can just up, buy trailer, travel in a trailer car. I love that so much. I love it.
Of land to look for a house. So just for reference, I live in a very large metro area, a city. And in order for my children to stay in the same school district, we could only be in 1 square mile radius. If we went outside of those borders, we would be uprooting my 3 children from school. And it was already a really challenging time because COVID, where we were.
Hold on, I want to understand something. So in America, the area where you live is what will determine the district school your children will go to, not you as a parent. Like you cannot just decide that, "Ah, I want my children to go to this side." You like somebody please explain that to me. It's not making sense in my head. Explain it.
Was wrapping up, kids were going back to school, and so it was already a lot of moving parts and instability for my children, and so we wanted to keep things as stable as we could. So we did not want to change school districts. So we only had a 1 square mile area that we could look at. When interest rates doubled, no one put their house on the market. So we were frozen. There were no houses popping up for sale. We had already sold our house. We looked for rentals. There were no rentals. It's very, very cutthroat to get a rental property. I did it. I did it years ago before we broke into the housing market, but it's very hard. I mean, you have to hear from a friend about another person who's about to like move out of an apartment or a house that's being rented. It's very difficult to get a rental if you're like limited by area and looking for something very specific. So we looked for rentals. There were none in our area. There was 2 houses that went on the market while we were looking, and one of them was $500,000 cash only, non-mortgageable, like just ridiculous things. So the house that we ended up purchasing went on the market at the very top of our budget. We put a bid on it, but then we got into a bidding war. It drove up the cost by about $200,000. And we won, but we didn't agree to it quite yet. We gave it a lot of time. We actually negotiated with the buyer of our old home so that we negotiated rent back so that we could stay in our house a little bit longer just to try to see if there's anything else that popped up on the market. Nothing did. So we ultimately decided, okay, let's take out the mortgage for the amount that we said that we could afford. We was the top of our amount that we would be willing to pay, but that we could afford. Let's take out a traditional mortgage for that and then get creative to make up for the extra $200,000. So with the intent of working like absolute insanity, working overtime to try to pay down that $200,000 as quick as possible. So the only way to get to a comfortable life for me is to pay that $200,000 down as fast as possible. So that's why I'm working 70 hours a week, because I want to get to the point where I just can work full time and that's it.
Her case is even understandable, guys. These are the sacrifices our parents have to make for their children. It's quite understandable. And now she has to work extra time. I just pray and hope that she's able to break even and make it work. I applaud you. I know people have asked, but can your spouse or significant other help you pay some of the load or mortgage? Oh, she responded, We've tried We've tried him door dashing while the kids are in school. They have staggered times because they go to different schools, so that's from 9:30 to 2 p.m. But that's not really prime door dashing time. Lunch rush doesn't pay well, and we were getting too far behind on things like laundry and grocery planning and yard work, chicken care, etc. He has been doing home improvement projects around the house to improve our home value and resellability. And honestly, that's more valuable than the 20 to $50 he made a day door dashing. So the man is not just sitting idle. Wow, man.
3 years ago, I bought a house that I couldn't afford. I could afford it at the time, and then 3 months after I bought the house, I lost my job. And I have been hustling ever since. Every single month, I work my butt off working
This is the same woman. This is the same video. It's okay. Oh.
2 to 3 jobs just to pay for this roof over my head. So let's do a house tour. This is what $800,000 buys you in Portland, Oregon. Here's my living room. Every single item that you see has been either hand-me-downs, bought off Facebook Marketplace, or found at thrift stores. And the house is completely as is as we bought it. We did not even buy any paint. These are all the colors from the previous owners because after we bought this house, we couldn't afford anything, let alone a can of paint. This is a 100-year-old home. It is an old craftsman style house, which means the storage is pretty bad. I mean, there are the beautiful built-ins, but there aren't closets. And so it just really makes it difficult for storing anything. And then, of course, I'm way too frugal to actually spend any sort of like actual storage containers. Upstairs goes into 2 bedrooms, my older daughter's, and then this is my bedroom. Again, these are all of the pieces of furniture that we had or that I found off of Marketplace or estate sales. 1 tiny bathroom for 5 people. Again, not ideal. And there she is. That cost me $5,000.
One bathroom for how many people? This is one of the things I don't understand about American houses. That ridiculous amount of money and you're never getting comfort. Do you know that in my country now, people are now beginning to build en suites? Most houses have en suites. Because just in your room, your room, you have your bathroom all to yourself. That's how it's supposed to be. And one would expect that Americans would do more of that because she was supposedly first world country, developed country. So you should understand comfort because you guys are always all about I want my comfort, I want my comfort. But you guys tend to share bathroom. When we see it in movie, we think that maybe it's just movie. I didn't know that it's daily life thing. Now, I don't like that. I don't like it. So if I'm pressed, I'll have to wait for the person using the bathroom to come out before I can go in. No, 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 no. I don't like it. I don't like that. But yeah, guys, I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care of yourself. Bye.